clip of the day.
All right. Now, you had Glenn Beck with that woman doing the fear porn. I really like this clip, and we can stop it whenever you want, but I recommend we listen to the whole thing. It is so outrageous. This is on Fox.
How long is it?
Well, a couple minutes.
That's not bad. As long as it's not 5 minutes.
Well, we'll see if you want and when you want to stop it.
Okay.
This is Janine Pirro. Justice Janine Pirro.
Oh, Justice Janine. Yeah, she's the competitor. She's actually pretty bright.
She is incredibly bright. Have you seen this woman's background?
Oh yeah, and I've heard her do her bit. She is the competitor with that nutball on CNN or HLN, whatever it is, that fat blonde who's always very famous for doing it.
Oh yeah,
calling people out for being criminals.
She's a former prosecutor, judge, elected official from the state of New York.
Yeah.
She really is no slouch. Really is not. Which is why it's so.
But she goes off the deep end on this, right?
Oh.
Yeah, this is inexcusable to me.
Oh. And now I want you to know that she's no good without her script. In fact, she ran for, what did she run for? I think she ran against
Congress,
Senate, I think.
Oh,
but
state Senate, maybe?
No, she ran against Hillary.
Okay.
But she ruined her chances when I actually pulled this clip. When she was announcing her candidacy, a page from her speech was missing, and I shortened it up, and there was like 38 seconds of her going,
Hillary Clinton.
Whoops.
Do you want page 10?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Like so many New Yorkers, I am tired of the bickering that has tied our nation's political system in knots.
Right, so
that's a loser.
Yeah, so she's a loser in that regard. But this thing, and this is a piece, it's a package, and she throws back to June, and she's throwing back to herself in this clip. This is everything that the messaging is supposed to convey to the citizens of the United States, for sure. Certainly the citizens who watch Fox, which I believe is a lot of Democrats who just watch it to say, oh, look at these crazies. I believe this message is good for everybody. It's a crossover hit.
Tonight, America faces the single biggest threat in her more than 200-year history.
What? Stop. You might as well stop right there. So Nazi Germany to take over the world was not a threat with its. I think there were 7 million soldiers. This is a number that I think that went through the system. That was not a big threat, but these boneheads in Toyotas floating around the Middle East, that's a bigger threat than the action of the Axis, the Japanese army, the Italian army, and the German army in World War II. This is a bigger threat.
You might as well cancel the rest of your life, John, because it does not go downhill from here. It just goes uphill.
Worse than what we faced in World War I, World War II, the attack on Pearl Harbor, and Al-Qaeda on 9/11.
So it's worse than all that. Worse than World War I.
She at least acknowledges these other things existed.
Mm-hmm.
This is worse.
Yeah.
Telling you ISIS, if not already on American soil, will be here. They are coming.
I love how she does it too. They are coming.
Oh my God.
Whether they come as a legion or lone wolves.
They're going to come as a legion and we're all going to roll over, right?
With a bunch of
marching down the street. What are we going to do?
A bunch of Toyotas coming up the up South Congress.
What we faced in World War I, World War II, the attack on Pearl Harbor, and Al-Qaeda on 9/11. I'm telling you, ISIS, if not already on American soil, will be here. They are coming. And whether they come as a legion or lone wolves, the damage will be painful. And it will be extensive. It will happen here on our soil.
Yay.
Your fortunate that you live in a country virtually untouched by war, while in other parts of the world, it's their daily fare. Except for military families, the horrors that we watch on the news could just as well be a world away. But now, this is close.
Coming.
The simple truth, we are not prepared, and certainly not ready. Lone wolves arrested in Washington State.
Now she's got the 3 pictures up with those boneheads.
This is the boneheads from, what is it, 2 years ago?
Doesn't matter, boneheads, doesn't matter.
New York and Colorado. I've been telling you for months that you need to be afraid.
You need to be afraid. Wow.
But wait, she's going to throw back to herself saying just that.
Afraid. Now, you know me. Most of the time, I'm fearless. I've spent my life fighting, investigating, prosecuting, and sentencing the worst of the worst. But tonight, I'm worried. You may not know where places like Baghdad, Aleppo, Tehran, or Fallujah are.
Yeah, that's true. You know what?
That watch her show probably don't.
What?
But if you don't think that what happens there matters to you, you're wrong. And I don't care if you live in Beaumont, Texas.
Oh, that's right up the road from here.
New York City or Anaconda, Montana. You need to be afraid.
You need to be afraid. Now back to the
And
studio.
what we need to do.
There we go.
My resolution? Airstrikes. Bomb them. Bomb them. Keep bombing them. Bomb them again and again.
Bomb them, bomb them, bomb them, and bomb them again.
And I don't care how long it takes. Just take out ISIS. Take out their convoys and take out those troops.
All right, back to
You
the
may
studio.
have thought it was good TV.
Yeah, excellent TV.
Even entertaining.
Very entertaining.
But you now know it's not a joke. 2 Americans beheaded by an English-speaking barbarian.
Now that was a joke. Sorry.
A third a Brit, while a fourth is lined up for the most brutal, savage, end-of-life experience.
I disagree. I think cancer is a brutal, savage, end-of-life experience. Yeah, it sucks to have your head cut off, but no, I disagree.
They also have 40,000 people killed on the roads every year, many in grisly crashes. That's 40,000 a year compared to 4.
Yeah.
So let's take a look at understand math a little bit with these situations. For one thing, there's not somebody, and then this other person that was moaning about the beheading of the guy, the soldier in England, what was a year ago, 2 years ago? There hasn't been anything since by some lunatic.
Oh, yeah, right.
This is random violence, as far as I can tell.
And her head is gone.
Back to Justice Janine. Do you like it so far?
I love it. I think I'm very disappointed, though, because it bothers me that thought leaders, which I'll give her because she's so she's well educated,
intelligent, successful woman,
right? So I would say, is a thought leaders like this,
yes,
being panicky. I don't care whether they're faking it or not. Is irresponsible and almost sickening. It's really inexcusable. I don't like. I really dislike. I'm now going to take a different look at her as I watch her.
Do you think that she really believes it? Because I do. I think that she has.
So. Yes, I don't think you can do such a long segment with some of these things unless you somehow suckered into believing it, which really makes me wonder what she's not. This is illogical. There's no brigades. These guys haven't even. What are they? You know what I'm imagining when she's talking about them coming over here? I'm imagining what happened. Remember, it was during Haiti. And during the Haiti, there was an episode before the earthquake where these guys were taking old trucks and then outfitting the prop shaft, the drivetrain, with a prop in the back and putting pontoons around the truck, driving them into the ocean and trying to putt their way over to Florida. Remember this?
Yeah.
And we were blowing them out of the water. The Coast Guard would come up and they'd find one of these trucks that was floating around and they'd shoot it and they'd blow it up because it was a hazard to navigation. Yeah. That's what I'm imagining, all these Toyotas trying to make it across the Atlantic. It's just, this is ludicrous.
Maybe they have
They have no Navy. They have no Army. They only got Toyotas, and there's keep playing it. I'm sorry.
Imaginable. These are not amateurs. They are experts at the systematic, pervasive torture, mass killings, rape, public crucifixions, beheadings, some even videotaped and used as a propaganda tool to entice those who believe in evil and want to impose hell on the rest of us.
You got the nice sound effects in the video.
That was it. That you didn't put that in?
No. That's part. This package is great. I'm telling you.
Under the guise of their God.
There's the Islam thing. Their God. Yeah.
The ISIS terror group owns oil fields. They have a corporate structure.
Corporate structure. Why, they're incorporated in Delaware. A Delaware Inc.
Sell short.
And they bring in $3 million a day selling oil.
Mm-hmm. To Europe.
They leverage technology
That's not that hard.
No, not at all.
Selling oil. They leverage technology to glorify and recruit more jihadists. Mm-hmm. All while the world watches while we dither and call them a JV team.
Oh, hello, Obama.
But like a lion waiting to attack, they watch their prey. They analyze us. They read us. Do we act when Americans are in danger? Do we even react?
No.
Almost 2 years to arrest the Benghazi ringleader. They know our vulnerabilities and strengths. At time, they are one and the same.
They're getting ready to strike.
We are a free and open society with risks inherent in each. They know the border is not only open, they know they'll be welcomed with no papers at all. And this week's arrests in Australia magnify the global reach of ISIS.
Which was really fantastically funny, and she's going to talk about that, too.
Where random kidnappings and public beheadings were planned, all linked to ISIS.
She could not have done a better job explaining the farce that was.
Their intent was to actually behead random members of the public.
Hey! Allahu Akbar!
You! Anyone! And they call these demonstration killings designed to shock and horrify.
You on the couch, we're going to behead. Leo, cut your head off. Demonstration beheadings.
Yes, everything I've been telling you for months is accurate. You need to think September 11, 2001.
Okay.
You need to remember what it felt like then.
Oh, but this is neuro-linguistic programming. Oh, I'm thinking 9/11. I don't feel good because I'm thinking what it felt like then. Okay, I've got it, Justice Janine. I'm feeling it now. Go ahead.
Don't sit there and think the government has you covered. Hell, the White House itself and its perimeter were penetrated twice in the last 24 years. And think Boston.
Sexual term.
As in Boston bombers. 2 brothers, one a teen, here on asylum as victims of another country. We do everything for them. And when another country calls to tell us not once but twice that they're a terror risk, our FBI investigates and concludes that they're not.
Oh, hello, FBI, CIA, talking some crap about you.
And when the older brother goes back and forth to the country from which he sought asylum, he's not stopped upon his return to the U.S. by ICE or Homeland Security.
No.
These 2 brothers had the whole city of Boston on lockdown with a couple of pressure cookers.
Yeah, I thought it was funny too, but
seems ludicrous.
that was the city of Boston who shut the city of Boston down, not these 2 brothers.
We take a small break here and play the clip. Saranoff trial.
Saranoff trial.
The accused Boston bomber's trial has been delayed until January 5th, but he won't be getting a change of venue. Yohar Saranoff, lawyers argue that their client would be unable to get a fair trial in Boston. Authorities say Sarniev and his older brother set off 2 pressure cooker bombs near the final line of the Boston Marathon in April of 2013. 3 people died and 260 more were injured. The older brother was killed in a shootout.
Well, I thought the older brother was killed when his younger brother ran over him while a cop was standing there holding his head down with his foot.
I have a
but
question.
That's another story.
I just have one question. Where's the video of them putting the backpack in the trash can?
Well, they're going to wait for the trial.
Okay.
Oh, actually, what they're waiting for, they have to keep postponing this trial because no one has given him a shiv in jail.
They need to kill him.
We haven't had a jailhouse killing, which will save the taxpayers a lot of money, and none of this information will come out, and we don't want to see the video. That's
right, which does not exist.
Which is
the governor of Massachusetts believes exists but has not seen. Onward with Justice Janine. She's almost done.
Okay.
FBI, state police, local police, ATF, all looking for one team. Do you think anyone would be able to respond to your needs in such a situation?
Uh-oh. Sounds like I got to get my go bag ready.
Not a chance. No one is taking this seriously enough. If our government were listening, our borders would be closed. If our government were listening, we'd be bombing ISIS nonstop. Woo! And if they were listening, our president would be following the advice of the military experts united on the issue of boots on the ground.
Damn.
But instead, our president thinks he knows more than the military experts. A disagreement highlighted this week and virtually unseen in American history.
Oh.
And if our government were listening, we would never have gotten out of Iraq the way that we did, with the consequences that George Bush predicted, and even Leon.
This is a complete neocon script.
And not only that, but it's a lie because Bush had a timetable to get out.
Of course, all of this is lies. But this is what you get when you overturn the Smith-Mundt Act. This is the type of propaganda that is being handed down directly. I don't understand how they got this woman this way. She seems very smart. She has an incredible career, academic and political and media career. And this is insanity. And I can see people sitting at home, and she's good looking, she's very impactful. And when she says bomb, you just go, oh, fine, you're gonna bomb, you might as well. 30 seconds.
Panetta said was a mistake. And if the government were listening.
By the way, that's another CIA shill, Panetta, now coming out saying, yeah, big mistake. It's all CIA with these messages.
They would raise the terror threat level.
We don't do that anymore. We don't have a terror threat level anymore.
When people are willing to commit war crimes on camera, they are not afraid of us.
No.
And if only you were listening this time,
I'm listening.
I'm telling you to batten down the hatches.
Batten down the hatches.
Make plans to reach family members in the event of an emergency.
Get your ham radio license now.
For children to be alert.
Children, be alert.
Get supplies that might not be as easily available. Check what your kids eat.
What? I don't know. What is that?
Oh, my God.
In this time.
I had to buy seeds.
I'm telling you to batten down the hatches.
Batten down the hatches.
Make plans to reach family members in the event of an emergency. For children to be alert. Get supplies that might not be as easily available. Check what your kids, even teens, are looking at online.
Oh.
It's time for us to come together and take the threat seriously.
Really? Well, there you go.
Holy crap. Clip of the day. Go on.
I had
it's good.
I know, but I had expected it.
You would have expected it.
But I almost
kind of sucker clip. I call it a sucker clip. It's the thing you're going to get the clip of the day because I like these kinds of clips.
Clip of the day.
One of our producers alerted me to this. Ben, I think his actual message was, "Forget clip of the day. It'll be clip of the year." I had my shills
very
working.
Funny.
And her head is gone.
Sorry.
Again, shameful. Absolutely shameful.
Completely
that
shameful.
This is going on and that this woman would do this. It is uncalled for, unnecessary.
I know.
And I'll say it one more time. Shameful. She should be ashamed of herself to an extreme. I lost all respect for her from this tirade bullcrap. Scaring old ladies. That's what watches, Fox.